Okay, we are live. What's up, Team Gang friends? Vin here. I have a very special guest for today's launch, today's lunch and learn. I got to be honest with you. I took the Elevate earlier, and I did my workout. I'm a little sweaty and stuff, and I wanted to be all showered and nicey nice when I came on, but I did it like an extra 30 minutes because this stuff is the real deal. People are loving it, and so I have a special guest. Real quick, all right, yes. Yes, you can share it as a watch party. Make sure if you're going to share this, make sure you're sharing it from the Epic Launch business page, not the Epic Launch private group. If you share with the private group, only private people can see that. Make sure that you share this from the page, all right? So that is all good. So you can. How's it going, Donna? How are you? Thanks for joining. Jessica, what's cooking? We got Chip, we got Dan, we got a lot of folks on right now. So, all right, very good. And for the folks that are watching, feel free to engage in the comments. I'll put you up on the screen, and we can show you gorgeousness on the screen. Okay. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Let me bring on our special guest today, and we'll jump into it. Hey, Jen Lodge, how's it going? Let me bring up so we can see the incredible names here as well. So hey, welcome. It's a long time coming. I'm glad to have you on right now.
Thank
and
you.
I was really glad to see you join the group. You got involved in the group, and you guys are just really tearing it up. There's massive excitement with the Be Epic Rockstar thread that I'm on. I'm like, this is exciting. And
Yeah.
you got a lot of friends coming in, and so whatever you really want to talk about, we'll kind of shoot the breeze. Maybe some maybe background and what you do, who you are, and just like kind of take it away if you would.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vinny, for having me on. I really appreciate it. Chris and I were talking how we always liked you. We liked your personality when we were, with in the past, and it's just fun to kind of see people that you now are getting to know a little bit better. And I'm really excited to be part of this team. And like you said, things are exciting. It's really blowing up. I think probably the biggest thing for me is when my team is winning. I love seeing my team win. And I think that, I've done this for a couple of years now, actually 8 years I've been in the industry. I love the industry. I don't know if you know too much of my background, but I left pharmaceutical sales about a year after I started in the industry with my first company. I was able to, become a diamond executive of that company. And I never looked back, although, you always have ups and downs. That's just part of life, and it's part of network marketing, right?
Yeah.
But I love helping people, and I love when my team wins. Like I made a lot of money in my pharma career, but I wasn't helping anyone win with me. It was just me. And I don't, that's not really part of who my personality is. I love helping people win. And so I've been, like I said, doing it for 8 years. I had some time in another company. And then last year I went back to school to become a certified health and life coach. Cause again, I felt like I was missing something, I think, in the other company where I wasn't really able to coach and give people, everything that I want to offer them and how I want to help them win. So I went back and did that, which is great, to have more information and more training. But the last 5 weeks have been the most fun I've had probably in 5 years. I just love it. I love it. I feel so energized, not just because of the green pill, which I just took my green pill. So who knows what's going to happen from here to the end of the interview. But I love that the products work fast. I love that my team is able to win. It's the first time I feel in a long time that I feel I can actually help people to get to their goals. And people are doing the work, but it's just easier for them to win, I think.
Yeah, you know something too, and I'm glad you brought up that you've had experience. And maybe I'll ask you, going from being a professional in pharmaceuticals, because a lot of people, like when I was approached with network marketing 12 years ago, I was like, what is this? And, I said, is that a pyramid? I think it's a natural thing that people just say. But so many like busy business professionals like invading this industry right now. It's a lot different than it was years ago as well. But you having that kind of experience, and you and I did know each other from another company, it's just that the model is different here. And I'm glad you brought that up because you saw that, right? Maybe you can touch upon that. Maybe why is it so important right now for people to maybe take a serious look at this space, one, and two, why is this model that tweak that's different and more people can win?
Okay, so first and foremost, I love network marketing. Even though I've only been in the industry 8 years, my parents did it 25 years ago. And so I like that people can basically get started for very little money. And actually, if they put the work in for maybe 5 years, can basically have a life that they only would ever dream of. So I love that. But I think the reason why I think people are looking more at this now, again, because 8 years I've been doing this, and I think people really, one of the things that have come out of this whole situation that we're in with the pandemic is that people are starting to realize that it's scary when you feel like you have no control. Like when your job is ripped away from you, when you're not sure how you're going to pay for, put food on the table for your family, when you're not sure if your job is going to actually come back, when when all these things start happening, when you start to realize like your health maybe is not, like, people are starting to really, I think, at least take a closer look at their life and go, I'm not sure how I got here, but I don't like where I'm at right now. And I need to do something different. So in 8 years, I feel like in the last couple of weeks, obviously you need to be aware and do things in a way that is not icky, because that nobody likes icky. But I think, most people I believe who know me know that I am genuine. I love helping people. I've given away a lot in the last 8 years, even doing this, just because I love helping people. But so I don't think, if you're a genuine person and you genuinely reach out to people and just like ask them how things are going, people are very open right now to taking a look. And, again, business professionals and people, I mean, I know people who are business owners who, have $1 million businesses, and they're really worried that they're not gonna be able to open up their doors again. So again, that's a very, I had someone tell me last week, she's like, I've never been this scared in my life. Like we put our blood, sweat, and tears into our business, and we don't know if we're going to survive this. And so even though these people have done well and they're looking, they don't want to be in this position again. They never want to feel that their livelihood is basically taken away. So if you have other streams of income, like I've had other different streams of income. If one gets taken away, you still have other things to rely on, or hopefully at least one or two others. So I think that's why people are taking a look. And so your second point, like, why is this different? So I do think that, again, my first network marketing company is a great company, really, really good. I think that one of the things that they did very, very well was culture. And so when I started with this company, with Be Epic, I told Brendan and Steph and Kathy, I said, one thing that was lacking in the last one, and one thing that I'm not going to let lack in this one, is culture. Because again, having a team feel cohesive and feel like everyone is working together and, celebrating people's wins and learning from each other's struggles, like that's what makes things work, is that team mentality, and having a culture where people really are, everyone is working to win and everyone's working to help each other win. And if I, again, if I, in some of my other companies, when I felt like my team couldn't win no matter what they were doing, I lose. I don't, at that point, it no longer becomes fun for me. And I know how to go out and make money. I mean, I do. So I could go sell cars and probably make a killing. It's not about that. It's about something where I feel I'm actually helping other people to reach their goals and their dreams. So with this company, because it's such a very low barrier to entry to get started, and because the products are affordable, they're very affordable. I mean, most of the people that I'm working with right now and my customers are either unemployed or their income's been cut, but yet they want to feel better. Okay, they want to feel better, and we're giving people hope. I think that's the biggest thing. If there's one thing I can say, is that the last 5 weeks, I feel like I've given people hope, and the products work, and they work quickly. Like you take your pill, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, I'm running a marathon. Who's with me? And so I think that's what really is the difference, is that we are creating a really good culture. I know within my own team, and I feel like with, everyone, you and even just Ricky and how they're creating culture. I think that it starts from the top, but I see that here. And again, I feel like we're giving people hope, and right now people need hope.
Yeah. I mean, great stuff, great words. The model of it too is just, when you see people put up, there's zero income claims here for anyone to get involved in this business. You're going to make money. We're doing this. We're basically promoting videos. I mean, we're promoting videos, promoting calls. We're sharing how we feel, just like we would anything else, except here we're compensated for it. But I like that when you see someone it says 500 or 1K or 2K or 5K, that's the amount of money they've made already in the first 2 weeks, first month, 2 months. And it's serious. There's no I don't know. Everything's right on the up and up. We're making 50% when a customer buys 50% of the dollar amount, not 50% of the volume amount. And it's just great shoot, and it's very easy to understand. The 2x2 model, the residual duplication model, is something that's seriously different. And I would really encourage network marketers, particularly if they've ever seen it, they've never seen a model like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's switch gears to the product for a minute, because I loved it. I was looking for the product. I was not looking for a business because I had a business, and you can't really do two networks at the same time. And so I didn't want to, but I wanted the products. I saw that they were inexpensive. I saw lose weight while you sleep. I'm like, definitely. The energy, the sleep, all those things, and it's easy to take. It's very easy to consume. I know how to take a capsule. I do it anyway. So that part really got me excited. Then the way I feel from this is amazing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the products are, I mean, there's a lot of great products, and I think network marketing companies put out a lot of great products, but you know, like you, when Brendan reached out to me, I was like, dude, I just finished this, 9-month course on a health coach. I'm ready to launch my business. Like, I put time, money, effort, energy. I really just don't want anything else on my plate. But again, lose weight while you sleep. I gained like 4 pounds the first 2 weeks of the COVID. So right after, that, he reached out to me, and I'm like, yes, I need her. I'm going to be gaining the COVID 15, and it's a real thing. So, I wanted that. And I wanted to, have energy. I've got a 20-month-old that I'm chasing after constantly. So I need that to be able to get everything I need to do in a day. I think most of us do. I love the nootropics. When I looked and saw, I've been researching mushrooms like reishi and, chaga and all that. So it made sense when I saw that. And again, the affordability. So I've worked with other companies where things were not affordable, and it was really hard I wanted to help people, and I knew that the products would work, but if they couldn't stay on it, then, they might be able to do it for a month and that's it. And for me, I want to help people long-term, and so that's, again, I wanted to be able to give them good, high quality products, which I believe these are, but also allow them to actually keep doing it. Like, they're not just take it for a month or a couple of weeks and then be done. So that part really, it just was a combination of everything. And like you said before too, I've done obviously other compensation plans, but when I realized that a person could share this with some friends, just like we do, like, I get a bottle of wine. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys got to try this organic wine. It's to die for. It's so clean. I share with people because it's, that's what we do. So if you can get someone who really maybe doesn't want to build a big team, or they're just kind of like, kind of dipping their toes into it, and they share with their mom and their sister and their cousin and their neighbor, their products paid for, 2 customers and their products paid for. So like, even if they don't ever do anything more than that, they can continue on their products for months and years, or however long they want, just by having 2 people. So to me, like, that is a huge win, because it gives people the opportunity to stay on something that they love, that's helping them. And all they did for that was to share with 2 people that they loved and cared about. So it's like, it's sort of just, to me, it's completely, it just makes so much sense. I don't know how to say it any other way.
You have the experience, and you've seen plans, and you and I were cross team in another company, and it was, great culture, great people, and the good pros there, and it was all good, except the model made it so difficult for people even to break even monthly residually. They need like 45 people in their team spending, $160 a month just to break even. So what happens in the plans like that? And we've seen it. You've seen it. And you said something, Jen, that like I said all the time, when people are struggling so much, you lose it for it. You might love the products and everything else, but you don't want to build it anymore. You're apprehensive on calling someone and saying, wow, this is really a great opportunity as well. And so what would happen is that, that my last company as well, people who are not structured on a power leg or an inside leg somewhere, forget breaking even. Just to make $1,000 a month, they have to build an empire. And it's really very challenging. Where here we have the 2x2, 3x3 model, and that's putting residual money into people's pockets. And let's be real, that's what people really need right now. Because I don't know that during this COVID crisis or pandemic, that mortgage companies are saying, you don't have to pay me your auto loans or credit cards or phone bill, gas bill, Netflix. We've got to pay, right? So that residual income is so important, and that 2x2 model is it's people are winning flat out.
Yeah. And again, that's really great for the mentality of like, if a person just helps 2 people and they focus on just those two people. I mean, we know that it's, to be build big, huge teams and stuff like that. Sure. Some of us are professional marketers. Like
Yeah.
that's what we do. It's our
Right.
full-time thing. But for someone who just wants something on the side so that they can get an extra $1,000 a month, they just focus on two people and they are just, that's it. Like they're laser focused on those two people and they help those two people win. When you start helping people win, they don't quit. When people are winning and they're getting their products paid for and they're getting an extra $100, $200 a month, they're not going to quit because they're happy. Like they're getting their products paid for and they're making some extra money for groceries, for the phone bill, like you said. So if you just help your people just get two and you help them focus on those two people, and those, you know what I mean? And it just kind of goes down. It's not this thing where you have to get 6 and then, and then those people get their 6 and then 4. And then like, it becomes, it's so complicated. That was the other thing when I looked at the comp plan. Like I said, I was kicking and screaming. I'm like, oh, Brendan, like, 2 other people had reached out to me about the same thing. I'm like, no, not interested. But when I looked at it and I was like, oh, wow. Like people, the average, like someone who doesn't even do this, like we do it could win. You could win. Cause that's where most of our team is just, they want to just win at this, and get their products and help a couple people. So, if it turns into something more, great, but they can start with that and still win.
When it's the 80, we always hear Pareto Principle, the 80-20, 80% of our income comes from 20% of the people. And then 20% of that is really the 4%. And when you look at models, usually 4% of the people that everyone in the company knows, they're the prolific speakers and they're the ones. And this, where network marketing has turned corporate America upside down, this has turned network marketing upside down. And so it's flipped it. And now the 80%, because look, you're a lot like me, Joe. We get to know the 80%. Like I really get to know these people because you want to help the newest person. And I've never had the privilege of having a front line of multiple 6-figure income earners. I was always been that multiple 6-figure, but never had the like that. So you get to really know the regular person, the regular guy, the regular gal, and those people and you're involved 6 weeks. So it's already happening. So let me ask you one last thing, if you would, or anything you want to go into. What would you say to someone watching now? They're watching, because people have to take a real look. We can watch Netflix, we can watch Ozark, we can see what the next show is, but we've really got to take some time and focus, like, where are we going to be in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months? And so, like, this type of business, you said it, the barrier of entry, under 100, right? To stay in business, under 100. And then you can get even, like, within a day. So what would you say to someone who like maybe came across this video, or someone tagged them in it, or they've been invited to it? What would you say to that person?
I would say that, just be open and take a real look at the products, join the 100% Epic group and just take a look, because that group has over 100,000 people. And you know what? Here's my thing is, every day, I'm getting a new rep who's been on the product for a few days, or one of my customers just told me yesterday her 22-day results. I almost was crying. People are getting really great results. So take a look at that. Take a look at the compensation plan video. I think there's like 1 or 2 out there that are really, really smooth and simple. So it doesn't matter if you really haven't done maybe this particular type before, you still can get it. You don't have to be like a guru. You can get it. It's that simple. And just take a look. If at the end of the day, nothing interests you, fine. But at least you did your due diligence. If at the end of the day, you're like, I don't really want to build a business, but I am looking for better sleep. I am looking to just feel better and really, boost my health, then, try the products, there's no big deal to just try the products. But I think that it would be doing a disservice to yourself, your health, and the possibility of what you can build for your family to not at least do maybe half an hour of due diligence, a 15-minute compensation plan video, look in the testimonials for 15 minutes or so, and just kind of get a feel. Because again, it's something that could totally change your life, even if it's just from a product standpoint, or, like I said, if for $20 more to become a rep, and, if you love it and you share with 2 people, then your product's paid for. So you never have to worry about paying for it again. So to me, it's just a half an hour to do some due diligence. I'm glad I did that with Brendan. I'm glad, because it's changed. Like I said, the last 5.5 weeks have been, the last time I was this excited about something was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Great stuff, Jen. I really appreciate you coming on. You have awesome energy. You have great friends, and you have a really cool team that's like building every day. And I'm on that thread. I'm like, it's got me
Every
going.
day.
It's got me started. So it's really great to have you on. I really appreciate you. Many interviews, and let's do it. So again, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you
Right
so
on.
much. Have a great day, everybody. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Right on.